driving, or well, I'm done driving now. I'm parked in a parking lot, but I was driving to get groceries, and I have to drive about 25 miles to get what I need to get for a few different things, supplies for work, whatever. So I have a little time in the car, and I was listening to the radio, and a song came on that really spoke to me while I was going through the loss of my dad a few years ago. And I will link it in the description because it is a really good song. And yeah, but then it reminded me of a time, something that happened when I was going through the loss of my dad. So after my dad passed away, I really, I don't know if I did it on purpose, but I really numbed myself, and I wasn't really feeling his loss. I was just going through the motions, keeping myself very busy with work, with cleaning, with all the things that that you have to do after you lose a person. Especially when you lose a person suddenly, there's a lot of things that have to be taken care of. So one of the things, probably the last thing that I had to do involving him at that time, was he had a vehicle, and it was a very old vehicle. It was a 1989 New Yorker, which my friend and I had really funny times over because her grandma drove a New Yorker back in the 90s, and yeah, so we would drive it around and we had lots of good times. But he had this old vehicle, and I have teenagers, so having a spare vehicle, a free vehicle, would be a great thing. So I had to take and get it registered in my name. So I had to drive to the DMV, which is in the same town I'm in right now, so it's about 25 miles from home. And I had to take his death certificate and the title of the vehicle and all of those things to get it switched over. And that day I was feeling pretty good. I did feel a little bit emotional, because if you've ever read a death certificate, it's very I don't even know how to explain it. Like, your life and death statistics are just written out on there like you're an inanimate object. That's how it felt to me. Like, it posts, cause of death, ugh. And the things on there, it was just, it really kind of bothered me. But anyway, so get in line, the DMV is always busy, lots of people there, and so get in line. I didn't know exactly what papers I needed, so I go up to the help desk, and I tell the lady, my dad died, this is the title for his car, here's his death certificate, I just need to switch it over into my name. And the first thing that she does is she looks me right in the eye and she says, the first thing that you need to do is feel. And then she switches immediately into, business DMV mode, and she says, and then fill out this paper, this paper, this paper, and then come back up here and we'll get it taken care of. And so I kind of was taken aback a little bit by that first comment of hers. The first thing you need to do is feel. And but I finished the process and then did a few other things, and then on the way home her words really hit me, and then I pretty much cried all the way home, because I did need to feel. I had just numbed myself, and I wasn't feeling the loss of my dad. I wasn't grieving the way that I should have been. I was just numbing. So my point in telling you this story is, we don't know what someone's going through. Now, she did know that I lost my dad, because obviously that's why I was there, but she didn't know that I was numbing myself. And my point is to tell you that we don't know what someone's going through. And if we hear in our intuition, in our spirit, that still small voice that's saying, say this thing to this person, this stranger, say this one sentence, you have no idea the power that those words can have for that person. And it was a really powerful thing how God can use one random lady at the DMV to really help me and heal in my brokenness. So I am just hoping that I am that stranger for people sometimes, and even in the people that I know and love, that I can speak words, simple words that would just bring them some encouragement. So I hope that's an encouragement for you guys, to just be a blessing to people. And when you hear those things in your head, to say to somebody, that you would have the courage to say them. So have a great day, guys. I am on with my errands. Live in love out of the way you were created.